Okay, guys. Well, how is everyone doing? Everybody doing okay? Don't all speak at once. Yeah.
I'm doing good now that my power's back on.
Right. Well, speaking of power,
I'm just tired, guys.
yeah, how you doing? Are you getting better?
Mother's in ICU again, and they're having a hard time getting her sodium up. That's affecting her kidneys, of course. But they found a cyst on my stepdad's kidney, and they think it's cancer. So
Get him to start drinking lemon, even eating the rind. You can scrape it so it's like sugar or something to put on every food he eats. Lemon,
right,
lemon, lemon, and more lemon. You know, y'all told
I will.
say that Charlie Ward had a friend was in fourth stage cancer. Fourth.
Okay.
He brought him bags full of lemon. He said, I don't want you to do anything but eat all these lemons. But just keep eating lemons. That guy recovered within 2 months. Total recovery.
Okay.
Oh, jockey got me.
I will do that then.
Okay. Get him an X39 to help repair his cells because it's the cells that are being attacked.
Yeah, I'm doing that as well as putting those on Mother.
And the carnosine, that'll get rid of any aluminum that's in them.
Right.
You just put it on your hand, like, I've got mine on my hand.
Right.
Where's the dang camera there? There you go.
I see it.
I can't turn that way.
Yeah, right now they're in two separate places. She's in one hospital and they just took him out of another hospital today and put him in a skilled nursing center.
Oh, wow.
I know. I don't have any control over that. I mean, he's my stepdad. His kids are doing this.
Well, you find his kids or the administrator or both and tell them all he needs lemon, lemon, lemon all day. Lemon.
I will.
Lemon juice from those lemons. You dilute it with water a bit, but the more lemon, the better.
Okay. I will make sure I let them know.
Okay. It's all a matter of raising his pH level.
Okay.
Testers for pH.
I'm sorry.
You have any? You probably don't, do you? There's little strip testers for your pH level.
Oh, right.
You can get them and you can keep an eye on it.
Very good.
And as long as that level is real high for at least 2 weeks, it'll kill.
He's doing good. Okay.
I can tell you where you can get them from. Well, I'll send you a link. I occasionally get stuff from them, but I've really switched over to getting, all my stuff from that new account, Live Good, I think is what it is. Good Life. I think it's Live Good. Yeah. Because there's stuff like even CBD oil, we pay from like 30 something up to 60 or $70. Their stuff is $18 to $24.
Wow.
They even have it for pets.
Wow. That's good.
Drinks, your, reds and your greens, or veggies and fruits. I was paying up to $60 for them too. And I think I paid, what was it?
It really ramps up as we go into the afternoon, but the window for severe weather OKC will be right around 10 to 11 o'clock and lasting into the 5 o'clock hour here.
Somebody have a TV on?
Chilly we are tomorrow. Only 50 degrees for a high temperature. So we have cold here. We have warm air here. And where
I'm sorry, what?
We'll bring in the risk.
Someone have a TV on.
Right now, the threat is
oh, that's in my background. I'll turn it. I'll mute.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, I wanted to ask you real quick before we get into the rest of this. Your husband, has he been around or any issues? Nada? Good deal. All right. Very good. Okay, guys. Well, I want to make one other announcement and then we'll get into Chris's things and all the stuff that he has been saying. And I want to show you all where to get those LifeWave events, and they're every other Wednesday. I had put a notice up for one that was today, but I screwed up. It's not today, it's next Wednesday because it's every other Wednesday. So I did retract it, but I do have that in not only our chat, but it is also in our group. And Ruth, I did send you, an invitation to that as well. So you should check that out. They're very informative, very good about what's going on with LifeWave. And David actually comes on and speaks. And if you don't know Ruth, David is our CEO, owner, jack of all trades, scientist who's invented all this stuff and patented it all. So anyway, yeah, Catherine, who comes on now and then too, she's been so busy because she had a job having to watch this little kid all the time. But she's finally doesn't do that anymore. And she and I were talking through a bunch of stuff the other night, and she has got all kinds of recipes, natural home recipes for cleaning of all sorts and kinds that you couldn't even imagine, and for medical issues. So she's going to, next Wednesday, she will be on introducing all the natural cleaning and things that you have in your home where you don't have to buy all that crap from the store anymore with all its toxins and everything. So going on our group page, there's a post about it. Spread it around to whoever you want because it's open to anybody and everybody next week, okay? Then 2 weeks after that, because she needs more time because it's more complicated, on the 15th, she will do one for us on all the medical things you can do. I mean, from your antibiotics to you name it, medical for stuff that you usually have to go to the store and buy and spend an arm and a leg for, and you don't know really what's in it. So the 8th is for all your cleaning, natural cleaning things you can make and at home, and on the 15th is for all the natural things that you can make on your own from home, on things to help cure just about anything that's wrong with you. Okay, so feel free to go into the group, take that post and post it out there. It's also on my my profile page, so you can grab it from there too. Okay, the facebook.com/Carol Earl. Wish I could change that, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like I can. Anyway, so those are those updates for today. And I'm going to share my screen. Let me do this and wait for it to pop up. There we go. And I think what I'll do first, because Chris's is long and, involved in a lot of things. What is that? Popping up there. Okay. I'm going to use this other account. It's my daughter's because I don't want to show mine. But anyway, okay. When you go to your back office, back up here, homepage, store, commissions, organizations, events, monthly subscription orders, regular orders, and resources. Right now, especially new people, if you go to the events tab, it'll take you to your to the events and whatnot that are happening at LifeWave. And today, this one was online, which was field relationships and development managers and whatnot, training specifically designed for new brand members. But that wasn't until between 8 and 9 Central Time, which means it's not even until 9 or 10 tonight. If you do want to hop on that later tonight, so be it. But I thought that'd be, I hate it when they have the late ones like that, but they do usually have replays. Okay, like here and, down further. But the next one that's during the day this is Pacific time. So Eastern time would be 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and that's perfect. And it's on Wednesdays. And this is, with our founder, inventor, and CEO, David, and he's going to be speaking on women's health and life ways that aromatherapy myths and patches. Okay, so and all you have to do is click on the link for it, and then it gives you all the detail for you to add it to your calendar. But all you would have to do is just hit the join now, and it'll bring you right there. It brings you to a Zoom. So there's really no preparation other than hitting that join now, or if you want to put it to your calendar, you can do that. And you can do that with any of the events that they have. Where'd it go? I was here. Okay. So that's on the 8th. And then there's the product webinar session 2. But I think what they're doing is, oh yeah, I got you. It's session 2. So that one that night is right after the first one. Why it's a replay? It must be this one. They're just calling it session 2, I would think. But as you can see, just going down these, some are in the evening and so forth and so on. And then the 18th, isn't that, what day is that? Hold on.
That's my birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah, it's a Saturday. No, wait a minute.
Here's my birthday.
No, it's March. I got to update my calendar, guys. Get rid of that. Okay, so yes, that will be a Saturday. I let Timothy in here. I was wondering where he was, like I said. A new member. No, this one's the 15th. 15th is a Wednesday at 2 in the afternoon. LifeWave new member webinar. And that's good for, all you new people if you're watching the replay. They also have them for other parts in the world, but they are very, very good. They're about an hour or so. But I do recommend you hopping on some of these, when you can. They're very informative, and they're good because David is the host, our CEO, our scientist, and he's so cool. He's such a great man. I love him. Resources for new people. Come here, and right here are all the links that you should go to if you're new, so that you can, really get a handle on what's going on and what you should be doing. Down here, when you're at a point where you're ready to start making commissions, there's, this is where you sign up for that. Our compensation plan, product training guide. I mean, there's a lot of all our policies and procedures. I do recommend you skimming through that. It's very important. Email list for members. I mean, there's so many things here for you that are very informative. And if you don't speak English, you have all these different languages up here. Look at all that. That's how widespread that these people are. So that's that little bit of something from LifeWave I wanted to bring to your attention. The store here, of course, is always here. And if you had somebody, or if you wanted to upgrade your account, this is where you do it from. Like, say you're just a bronze. Yes, I know I'm leaving there. Thank you. Hit continue. Go down there to that. Upgrade your kit, and then you wait if you're on my computer. And so well, my next upgrade is diamond, so I guess that's why it's not showing the right. Oh no, this is Valerie's. Dang, do I have her at a gold? I don't know, but keep in mind that as you upgrade in your different packages, like bronze I think was 125. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Then the next one, silver, which is the best one to be at, which is $299. They take that $125 off that $299, and the balance is all you pay for each upgrade. In other words, each upgrade you do, they take what you've paid from previous billings, and they take that off the price of the next level. It's wonderful. There's nobody that ever does that. So anyway, I'll hush up on that for now. And the next thing that I'd like to do was from Chris and what all he talked about last night. If you want to stop and ask questions about something he has said, just say, hey, wait a minute, Carol, and I'll pause it and we can talk about it. Does that sound good? Because there's a lot of great information of what's going on, with the Treasury and what we can do. to start doing things about our debts and whatnot. So let me pull that up. I just have it in my Camtasia, so don't need that. What is this? Yes, I know they can see my screen. All right. Okay, see, I made little things. This row is okay, and then I didn't do all this stuff because it's just, chit chat about it, kind of irrelevant. So I didn't think I'd put you guys through an hour and a half of this, so I pulled out the better topics. Anyway, this one, first one, oh, I have to remember. Someone had gone through a great extent for years with the mortgage process. And I think it's just Chris congratulating him and saying a little something else that was, nice. But I just thought I'd start with that.
Learn that stuff. You see a battle plan that works.
Hold on.
To others so that they can fight the same battle and win the same way.
That's right. I've already showed quite a few people how to get rid of medical debt.
That's fantastic, man. We need more people out here doing this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Congratulations, man, and peace and blessings be upon you both.
I think I'm going to probably schedule a session where we could also just talk about most of the stuff, right? So people can ask you questions and go over things. Stuff. It would
Be a good idea.
Yeah, this way.
Be a good idea.
Not the only one. When we come across a lot of this, we kind of decided we're done paying credit cards. So I've dialed every one of them, and we're kicking the shit out of them most of the time now. So.
You're right, man.
Yeah, because people need to see what it takes. You know what I mean? And that's very empowering. So, well, thank you for sharing, and I'll be in touch with you guys. And so now we're gonna move to Q&As. I don't know if there's any questions that we should take from the forum today. Let me see. Chris, do you have any update that you wanted to share in the meantime?
I'm almost done. I got to day after tomorrow. I have to submit my brief into the tax court. It's going to be fun. Over half of what I'm submitting isn't even my work. Or isn't even the argument that I would have argued. They better reschedule their lunch. It's going to take a little while. They ain't listening to mine. They ain't going to listen to my argument at 10 o'clock and leave by 12.
All right.
He's talking about his court case, which is why he's a little behind in the schedule and, getting things going in the Treasury. But he was just he talked a little bit more about that too, but that's all that was. Okay, can you hear it okay? Yes, no? I can't see you guys.
So.
Okay. I'm trying to work with that a little bit as I go here. I'm finding ways to adjust the volume. It just seems to depend on just, what's on or what's going on for what the volume sounds like. Okay, I don't remember what each one of these are, but I know that they're good. What is it? This one here, I think it is. That's really good. Oh no, he talks about the different bonds and things we have with our licenses and whatnot in one of these. Let's see which one this is.
Hey Chris, it's Lee here. How you doing today?
What's up, brother? How's it going, man?
I got one quick question here. The other day we were talking and you said that they created bonds with the marriage license and a barber's license licenses that we obtained. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, all the licenses that you buy are on bond paper. And if they're serial numbered, if you got a barber's license and you look at it, their serial number, more likely it has been.
So does that
work been created?
Licenses and all the other licenses as well?
Yeah, all of them.
What about
they create a bond on their driver's license.
That's okay.
Then they want you to go get insurance. What do I need insurance for? I got a bond on my license, driver's license, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars. Cops have to have bonds. Judges have to have bonds. And what is it? The judge's bond and that cop's bond usually has a number value on it, right? Like a cop pulls you over and he violates his right. He violates 3 of your rights, and his bond is for $50,000. That's not $50,000 for all 3 violations. That's $50,000 per. You can go after his bond 3 times, $150,000. And Jay was talking earlier about the marriage license, and what that's all about. You don't need them. There's a couple things you can do. You can rescind the signature. Both the couples can rescind the signature on the marriage license. That's one way that you can do it. The best way is not to do it at all.
Get married.
If you can go into, well, I don't know about all the church. You can go into any church actually and have a pastor marry you. I don't think it's a requirement. Most pastors don't even require a marriage license. They're just so used to doing it, And most pastors that marry, what do they say? By the power invested in me in the great state of Tennessee, I now pronounce man and wife. What is Tennessee? Why are they saying that? Why aren't they saying by the power invested in me by the Most High? I now pronounce you man and wife. When they say that, by the great state of, that's you acknowledging in front of the whole church and God that you think you need the state of Tennessee for you to be married. But all those licenses are bonds. They're bonds. If you guys are familiar with the W-4 process, people are doing W-4s on their driver's license.
Yeah, they're worth millions, guys.
It's a bond. Did you have any question in particular about it?
Just basically, is there going to be a way we can monetize those licenses?
Yeah. Last week I was talking about it. I was talking about it with the agent. And I said, "Hey, man, so we're in the conversation about the bonds." And then I said about the guys that got these $100 million bonds. And I said, well, the bonds that they created have been being traded with the minute they filed them and sold them. And they all have certified copies. I said, couldn't you monetize a certified copy? He said, yeah, you most certainly could. A little bit. He said, we'll talk about it. He said, it might be 6 months down the road. We're going to get all this other stuff out of the way first. Because once you think about it, everybody, if you could get a hold of your vital statistics in your state and say, I need a long form. You would need a long form of your birth certificate to do it with. And I said, that's kind of interesting. So I ordered a long form. First time I've ordered a birth certificate from the state of Nebraska. I've got my original. My mom gave it to me after I got out of the service. She said, here's your birth certificate. So I still have it. I still have the original certified copy. So I ordered a long form because I want to read up on it. I want to see what it's about. But yeah, you're going to be able to do that. And basically, that's what he said. It'd be like a ghost bond. It would be like a photocopy bond. But yeah, you could. So yeah, that's coming. And I'm assuming if you could do it with the birth certificate, you could probably do it with everything else. The marriage license, the a barber's license, a doctor's license, a dentist, even the social security card. If you could write that small on the back or something like that, that can also be monetized. That's what they did to it. That's what they do to it.
All right. You just made thousands of people very happy.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be. And that's why I think he's saying, hold on, let's get this other stuff out of the way.
I got nothing but patience, and I'm learning everything I can every second way.
That's great, man. Life's about learning, man. You're born to learn.
Yes, sir. I'll give somebody else a little more time. Thank you for taking your time tonight, Chris.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything.
Thanks for joining us, man.
All right.
Does anyone have any questions about that? No questions?
No.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, a license, like I had a license to sell insurance at one time. Even those, it's a bond. All of them, any kind of licensing whatsoever that you've had, including your driver's license and social security and marriage certificates, all of it, every one of them are extremely valuable. So start getting, whatever you can together so that you'll have it ready when Chris gives us the green light to go ahead and start sending them in. Although I think I'm going to go ahead and get this certified long form of my birth certificate. And I may go ahead and send that in ahead of time anyway. Because those, I've seen those being submitted with $11 million on them. So don't lose those suckers. I know there's a couple in here about mortgage foreclosures. And this one's only, it's 10 minutes. I think that's what this one is. Is that okay with everybody? I'd like
Sure.
to get on the recording. Okay, here we go.
All right.
All right, man. Have a good night.
We'll go to the next caller. Next caller, what's your question?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, how you doing? I attempted to give a. Excuse me, like how you went to a dealership. I went to an agent and tried to educate them about the 1099 trustee and beneficiary
This is
on that.
when getting a car
One
or
of the
something.
agents that they transferred me to actually talked to a person. I had the forms with me. He was really interested on how they all work, but they still sent me letters of denying the credit access on that. But he said he'd get a hold of me separately, and I would kind of disregard those letters if I got accepted, if they accepted the 1099A, but they had to talk to corporate. Now, ultimately, if they don't accept it, and he's actually tried to do what's in my benefit, how do I address that to the corporation? Just say your agent tried to do what's in the best in my favor, but you denied him and myself the benefit of what you're offering, or how would you word that? It doesn't matter. Yeah, you don't. He's should kick that over. I gotta put buzz in here, man. It's his principle. That's the agent that tried to help me. Yeah, it's him and his company. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he did his best. It doesn't. Everybody that was involved then. Yeah, everybody's involved. Okay. As a matter of fact, he'd probably be unless you talk to a general sales manager, yes, he'd probably be the first one to go. That's what he'd be the first one on a conditional acceptance. He'd be the first one to go. And the people I talked to at first, they had no idea what I was talking about. They said, we don't take personal checks, we don't take promissory notes, we don't take so-and-so. I'm like, well, this is not on either one of your lists, whether you take it or do not take it. This is actually a federal regulation. You have to, and
I said, since I've signed my beneficiary signature on your digital pad, those timestamp proof that I've been on the beneficiary.
Let me ask you, did you get a picture of that?
Yep, all 3 times they asked for it.
That's important, man. It's important, y'all, when you're doing these beneficiary signatures to do that.
I also, I attempted to send you an email. I don't know if the first one's sent, but I sent another that says amendment to the contract. So I apologize if you see the same one twice.
Oh, I get them like that all the time, man.
I apologize. I just wanted to say that I didn't know if it was my.
Don't worry about it. I send them out like I send emails out like that myself.
Yeah, because I was like, it was attached to the same one, the assignment agreement, and then I was like, well, this is an amendment to the contract, but it's also along with the same email line, so I didn't know which one was better, and I sent it separate myself as well. So if you see that, that's for me. All right, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, and you too.
Next financial question. Hello, can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. I know someone whose Social Security was cut because they said that person made too much money to be on Social Security, and they cut that Social Security off. And then I heard you tonight say about the mortgage company asks, where does that money come from? So would that question apply in that situation as well?
Or what questions? The Social Security money, or they make too much money to get Social Security?
Yeah, you know how they put that cap on how much you can make in order to continue to receive it?
What I'd say is, if you ain't going to pay me the money that I paid into it, like we contracted, then what I want, think about that, man. If you enter a contract with them, you say, I'm going to give you so much money out of my paycheck while I'm working so that I can get benefits when I stop. And then all of a sudden you start making lots of money. Here's what if they try to pull that with me, I'd say, okay, I want an on-ledger and off-ledger account of the trust since its inception. Because they're malfeasant. They're malfeasant when they do that. You tell me where that's fair. That you can take money out of my pocket, and then tell me I made too much and you're not going to pay it back. For me, they have a fight. They have a fight. Well, I want all my money. If that's the case, the court, they're working on them all. But right now, they're going after the ones that they're having the most success with are the court cases. Court cases are being dropped right and left because people's filing those W-4s on them. A lot of money. That's a lot of money. Right. You know what I mean? It sure is. Uh-huh. In that situation, there's a potential to be $500 million in penal bonds created. Yeah. Oh, where's that money? Okay, well, yeah, I know. When it comes to your connection and the Treasury, did he say anything as far as the turnaround, or it just takes as long as it's going to take naturally? It's going to take a little while. Okay. And I think a lot of that, I think a lot of those are going to be expedited once we get more private bankers in the field. Gotcha. I think that has something to do with a lot of the 1099A issues and stuff. I think as soon as the bankers hit the field, man, it's going to be on. Gotcha. And one last question is, you started off by saying that you were wrapping your case up, and I know you said something about it was up to you. They'll have to. You'll be done from 10 to 12 or something like that. I didn't catch that. I was kind of doing something, but you were saying you're about to wrap yours. No. What I got going on now is, before I can get into the private banking, teaching the private banking thing, I have to take this case with the tax court. But that's what's going to happen. 10 o'clock, April the 3rd, I think it is. I'm going into a federal tax court to basically generate a long laundry list of case precedents. Well, that's what this case is going to do. It's going to set a lot of precedents with income tax, and they're hoping with this fight that the IRS won't have a leg to stand on anymore, and the government won't be able to continue this farce called income tax. It's totally illegal. It's totally illegal. Wow. They don't tell you. When you go get a job, they don't tell you that you're voluntarily giving them this money. Oh. Because people would say, well, I don't want to do that. For decades now, people have been thinking that it's the law. You got to pay your taxes. You got to pay your income taxes. It's the law, man. Right. When in all actuality, it's not. It's a gift. And they're not telling you that. And that's not full disclosure, is it?
Not at all. Wow. Well, I can't wait to, for multiple reasons, for your case to wrap up, because if you're changing the whole system like that and everything, as well as opening up your brokerage, that's a lot. You're doing a lot.
I'm pretty crazy busy, man. I am. And then it's even going to get, once I file this, I'll be getting a list probably in the second week of April. I'll probably be getting a list of the first 24 classmates for this first class of private banking. That's going to probably run 7 to 8 weeks, and then after that, I'll start a class of my own people that I'm picking. So, and when that happens, I'm going to get a few people out of every group. Get a few people out of Jay's. Get a few people out of Tad's. Get a few people out of David's group. A few people out of the veterans telegram. Because that's the people that are connecting, like you're connecting here with Jay's group. That's the best way to start getting everybody the financial relief that they need. There's a lot of people out there need it, man. A lot of people. And this new banking thing that you guys keep hearing about, it's going to happen.
Well, that's all Chris is saying, that he thinks and believes that NESARA GESARA is bullshit. It's just crazy. I don't know how or why he has that attitude, because it's not. But there are a lot of people who think it is just bullshit. And I don't know. It's just crazy. Even Chris, I guess, just doesn't have access or understanding of the Patriot websites, and people who are directly connected to Trump, like Charlie Ward, for example, in Before It's News. So I didn't play that whole clip. I said, screw that. I'll just put that in the back of my head and go on. So anyway, the one other foreclosure, I guess, is this one. I thought it was vice versa, but if you want, I'll go ahead and play that one. You all said that was okay earlier, right? And then the last one.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last one is a little longer, but it's about someone working with coupons, and that's really interesting. And then we'll be done. So here we go.
So let's try again. Bob, are you able to speak? Is your mic working now?
Is he on his computer or is he on a phone or something?
He's on his computer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess here's the question he wants
Okay.
to ask you. He's facing foreclosure, apparently, and he has, okay, so he's facing foreclosure. They put out a notice on the newspaper, something like that, and it looks like the servicer or whoever he pays hired a lawyer to collect, and the lawyer sent him a letter of validation. What else can he do to actually stop that foreclosure?
Well, there's a lot of things, Jay. We just talked about him tonight. Of course, he's only got 2 days. I don't know if he can do what our first caller got to talk to tonight. You can always challenge the jurisdiction, man. Like I said, challenge the jurisdiction. That'd be one thing to file a challenge of jurisdiction. I don't know if you can probably just file that. File a challenge of jurisdiction. That would be what they would at that point. What they would do is they'd want to set it for a hearing, which is going to buy him some time, probably 6 months, and that give him some time to learn how to do that. Because remember, where's the injured party? You know, that's how you beat this foreclosure crap. You heard it tonight. You know, most everybody's been on since the beginning of the call has heard it. There's a lot to it. You know, he put a lot of effort into to hemming them up. But I would simply challenge a jurisdiction, and a motion to challenge a jurisdiction, sure juris, appropriate persona, and then go in there with the ripeness doctrine. Go in there with it. Hey, man, you don't have jurisdiction. Nobody does. And if you did, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going with this. If you want to force this, if you want to force the jurisdiction, this is where I'm going with this. I want to see everything. I want to see a contract with wet signature on it. I want to see where the funds actually originated from. These are the things that I'm going to question. You don't have jurisdiction. And if they force it, and they may, you know, everybody says, well, why don't you do this stuff? I did challenge the jurisdiction. In our case, all of us did, but they proceeded anyway. There's a few things that you can do. There's a lot of different things. If you Googled, you know, how do I stop or slow down a foreclosure? There's gonna be all kinds of things that you can do. I talked with a guy on Thursday night. He's been shutting down foreclosures for 12 years, doing different things. Every time he does something, they have to put it off 6 months to a year. 12 years he's been doing that, Jay.
That's interesting.
You could send them the coupon like they did, the folks there tonight did, and 1099A. You could do the money order thing. There's all kinds of stuff that you can send them. That's probably one of the hardest things, or most common thing that people get on here and talk about, because that's a big chunk. That's where you live.
So, Chris, you mentioned challenge the jurisdiction on what grounds?
The ripeness doctrine. You guys want me to read this again?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's everything. You know, and the thing about it is, you got a mortgage that's 15 years old. It's probably been bought and sold a half a dozen times. You know? Why am I paying Vanderbilt mortgage the last 15 years when they've sold the mortgage 3 times? If they sold it, why am I paying Vanderbilt? If they sold it, if Vanderbilt sold it, then Vanderbilt doesn't have a wet signature, a contract with a wet signature. How is it Vanderbilt's foreclosing on me when they don't even own the mortgage anymore? These are all questions you could ask. But I would challenge a jurisdiction, man. Abbott versus Garner. That would be one of the cases you could quote straight out the writ. They don't have it. They don't meet the requirements for the ripeness doctrine. I would suggest y'all read that stuff. Most of the tangents that I go off of, they'll start with Constitution or the state constitution. You can look in. It's not mine. It's theirs. I'm not telling. These aren't my case laws. They're yours. I don't have to follow them, but you sure do. You know. Codes, regulations, rules, and statutes are made for government entities. They're not made for you. Unconstitutional or not, they're not made for you. You've got, if you're a believer in the Most High, you've got one set of laws, brother. That's all you've got. Because that's the only real judge. The only real judge you're ever going to have in your whole existence is the Heavenly Father. I try not to get off on religious discussions in these things, but it is the way it is. You wouldn't have the Constitution today. You wouldn't have canon law today if it wasn't for the scriptures. The Hammurabi laws, they're older than ours. Most of the laws that are in the scriptures come from that. But you got them. That's the only ones you need, the laws of nature. You know what's wrong. I don't care whether you, well, I do care whether or not you believe in the Heavenly Father, the Supreme Creator. But if you don't, you still follow, you know. I know atheists. I know many good atheists. They will argue with you all day about why there isn't a God. And they're good people. They know what's right and wrong. They know the laws. There's a few simple laws you need to live by, man. And it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Okay. The golden rule. If you understand the golden rule, you'll understand you won't break any of the other laws. There's 316 laws in the Torah. 313 laws in the Torah. 613 laws in the Torah. All of them are falling in Golden Road.
That's about that. Anyone have any questions on that you need to talk about? You're all good?
All good.
Okay. All right. This one is good because this lady talks about the coupons. So let me do that.
2.5 hours on the phone, I got them to offer me a provisional credit out of the most recent payment coupon, and then they were going to give it an investigation. To me, this is
So Chris, just there are about 30 questions in the queue, and we only have a few minutes left. So let's get as many as we can before the hour closes.
Sure what happened here. Let's see.
Let's go to the next caller. Next caller, what's your question?
Hi, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, thank you so much for your time. I've been working at Capital One since late fall last year. So I went through the whole process, did the conditional acceptance, sent it in with my 1099A. And I've even tried to call them to accept my payment coupons and kept getting gaslit.
Okay.
I finally got through this past week, and I was just really persistent, spending every spare minute learning this stuff. And I got forwarded the 2.5 hour phone conversation that the payment is a valid form of the payment coupon is a valid form of payment. It's recorded. And that they had, quote, lost mine, even though I had the return receipts signed by them and everything, and I'd been doing this monthly, so I had a whole record. After 2.5 hours on the phone, I got them to offer me a provisional credit, the big amount of the most recent payment coupon, and then they were going to give it an investigation. To me, this is having fought this battle for 6 months. I felt like this was a pretty good win. And that the provisional credit would be, permanent as soon as I sent in my, the proof that I had really good records of. And this all happened this week. And then I checked actually their account this morning, and they had reversed the provisional credit, and they have not given me any update. So I was just wondering if Chris, if you or anyone else maybe on the call had experienced anything beyond what happens next.
Yeah, if I think I understand it right.
Yeah, sorry, you talked too fast.
It went into an investment. They're reversing this. They're reversing this in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to get in there and look at a balance that was like 0 or something like that?
Well, I actually wrote the coupon for more than what they said I owed because I wanted to see what happened. So they credited me the full amount of the coupon, and it shows up in my account. They actually credited back a bunch of late interest payments. And that was good for about 5 days, and then they reversed everything, and that was this morning when I checked it.
What I'm saying is, did you print all that off?
Yeah, I have it printed.
Okay.
So I'm just looking for what's my next step because
you do not intend to send the conditional acceptance back to you and say, well, we don't agree to this. We send it back to you. When they don't respond, you got 10 days. You got 10 days. If you don't meet these conditions, then you contractually agree that you owe me this. That's that simple, man. And so it's great when they don't respond. Now,
right, I understand that. And I was excited, and I turned it into the IRS, and I even filed forms on them, and I monetized it and everything, but I still haven't seen any actual money from this. So I'm just wondering what else it is that I need to be doing.
You monetized the conditional acceptance. You made it.
Yes, I did.
You made an assignment agreement, and then you contracted with. You did contract with the IRS.
With the Treasury.
Okay, that's what I want to hear.
No, not with the IRS. I did it as you instructed to the Treasury.
Okay, you said IRS, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's what you want to do with it. Now, when you don't hear from the IRS in 45 days, oh, that's great. Because now you got a contract. You got a contract that they're going to do that. Now you're going to have a copy of your contract with the. You're going to have a copy of the conditional acceptance, right? You're going to have copies of all this stuff with them that you send into the treasury. If they try and come back at you to try and get the money, you're going to have a contract. You're going to have a contract that you can walk into if they summons you to come into the hearing, right? If they do that to you, we're going to sue her. We're going to bring you. We're going to summons you in here. Well, look, I've got a contract with these people agreeing that they owe me millions of dollars. Now, seeing how we're all here, why don't we settle this right now? Or oopsie, no, we don't need to settle it right now. You know why? Because Janet Yellen is settling this.
Okay.
She got the money. These people have agreed that I don't owe them. Here's the zero balance. And it doesn't matter if they turned it. And here's the thing you can do. Okay, you want to learn how to go a little forward with this?
Yeah.
Do not correspond with Capital One at all. You've got proof that they zeroed your account, they accepted it, right? You got all that because that was great. You got to go in there and print all that stuff off before, because they try to do that. And if you don't have any documentation of it, you got nothing to back you up. But now you do. Keep all that paperwork in a nice, dry, fireproof kind of thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then don't correspond with them at all. Now, what they may try and do is report this to the credit bureau, right? When you see this go to the credit bureau, dispute it. Write a letter of dispute to the credit bureau. And I'm not just telling her, y'all, listen to me. If you've got bad credit on your credit score or on your credit report, write one of the credit bureaus disputing everything, all the accounts on your credit report that are negative or black, red. That's red. Everything that makes your credit report bad, dispute all of those. And say, I don't owe this account, I don't owe that account, and I don't owe this account. I don't owe these accounts. They will take them off of your credit report. And they'll notify the people who's claiming that you owe them money. And when you do it, you send them you send the credit bureau certified mail return receipt. You send them a letter with a postal. Using some verbiage. I dispute all these accounts. And the reason I dispute them is because it was my money that they loaned me for this credit. It was my trust credits from my trust account that they loaned me credits for. That's why you're disputing this in your credit report. All your bad history, all your bad credit will come off your credit score until they dispute those. And they will not dispute them if they know what you're saying. Capital One knows they loaned you trust credits from your trust.
Yeah.
If you put that in the letter, they're going to send a copy of that letter to Capital One saying this person here is disputing this credit one debt that you're claiming that you owe, or that they owe you. I'm speaking as if I'm Credit One. And this is why they're saying they're disputing it. They're saying that you loan them trust credits from your trust account. If you want to dispute this, Capital One, you can. And then after you go to court with this and can prove in court that you loaned them your money, we'll put it back on. They will not do it because they know that they never loaned you their money.
Okay, thank you. But so you say I shouldn't correspond with Capital One anymore. So my account's it's sitting there negative now because they reversed the provisional credit they gave me. I have the documentation, and then I should just wait for my for Janet Yellen to follow.
Capital One.
Okay.
And I would hit him every which way but Sunday. It's like I said, when you're stepping on their neck, don't step up till the neck is broken.
Right, that's what I'm trying to do. Is that I've tried everything that I can imagine. Is there another thing? Like, are there criminal charges?
Have you tried the W-4 sandwich process?
I have not. I've only done the conditional acceptance.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the next thing.
What'll happen is, while Janet Yellen is actually dipping into that EIN for Capital One.
Yeah.
To get the money, the 3 million, 6 million, or whatever million you're claiming, they're going to go into the principal. The principal is Capital One. They're going to get the people that you mentioned, Karen Johnson, Capital One credit associate,
yeah,
or however whoever it is you name. They're also going after the principal because you said, you named the principal in your conditional acceptance. They're going to go after him. Janet Yellen's going to go, hey man, we have to dip off into your trust, Capital One, because we got to get our money. They're going to know that. And it's the same thing with the W-4. You're going to have the IRS knocking on Capital One's door going, hey, we're going to be up there in about a week to look at this account right here. And it's your account I'm talking about. We're going to be up there next week to look at this account. And what that's going to do, that's going to send Capital One and their friends. They're going to be, we better settle this account. Because when they come down here to look at this, they're going to see she's already paid. Capital One is trying to steal your money.
Yes, I understand that.
Okay? Well, if they get caught in that, their ass is grass. They know this. So probably what they're going to do is straighten out that charge and get you onto the positive side of that with whatever overage there you've got. And then that way when the IRS comes in to do the audit, right, they'll go, oh, see? I don't know what she's talking about. We're straight, see?
Right.
Here's her account. Look at her account. And, keep an eye on that account. Keep an eye on that account.
Okay, so check in on it regularly, but don't actually reach out to Capital One anymore?
Yeah.
And let the IRS do the work?
Yeah, let them do it.
Okay.
What you're going to be doing, because, y'all, this is how the W-4 is working. In your case, Capital One is your employee or your employer. You're the employee. Why? Because they use your trust, right?
Right.
To give you your money, just like a job would use your labor to give you your money. Okay? Now what you're saying is, I don't know how much money, when you do the W-4, hey, IRS, I want to report this income, but I don't know how much it is. Could you find that out for me? And they're going to audit the company. They're going to audit your employer to see how much money they paid you. Now, what's going to happen is the reason they're doing it is because they want to get the taxes. They want to get the taxes. She's claiming that Capital One paid her a bunch of money, but she don't know how much it is. But she wants to make sure we're square. She wants to make sure that our taxes, her tax, she's settled up with her taxes. That's why they audit. It'd be like working at a job. You file your taxes, and the IRS, and you don't know. Well, you're gonna know because you get your W-2. End of February, before the end of February. But if you didn't know, if you said, "Hey, I don't know, I don't have a W-2," from my job. So I don't know how much I have to file for. They're going to audit the company you're working for. Your company's not going to tell you. The IRS is going to find out. That's how that W-4 is working.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's a multitude of things that you can do, and I say do them all. Do them all.
Yeah, I'm trying to do them all. I mean, because I've just learned so much from every step. I mean, I learned tons just being on the call with Capital One for 2.5 hours, and finally getting them to admit that it was a form of payment, and just watching their tricks at gaslighting is a great education. So, thank you so much. I appreciate it really, and I will try the W-4 and let the IRS do the rest of the work.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So for those of you who also want to combine consumer laws to these challenges, definitely consider joining our private study session. Things like there's a credit card, debt bill, utility bills, phone bills, and all those things using consumer laws. So I think that's valuable for those perhaps, and then you can do both. You don't have to do one or the other. But if you're not sure when the treasurer will get you the money, that could be a way to also get revenue perhaps a little sooner, because it's pretty straightforward, So, with that being said, Chris, I think we're probably at a good stopping point, right?
Yeah, they're about done there. So, he talked about they've got, private study groups and whatnot for those who, have scheduled payments for Legal Bus. I think they're Friday or Monday, I don't know, one evening a week, excuse me, and they talk more in detail of these things. So I went ahead and joined. So I pay them $19.95 a month or something like that. So I'm going to start going to those. But you can join Legal Bus. Let me show you what that looks like. And let me get it up here first. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's see. We'll go here. Come on. Sorry, slow machine. Okay. So it's legal. Come on. legalibus.com. Legal Bus. Legal iBus. My cursor's in the middle of it. See, right here. Legal iBus. So write that down. https://legal iBus. And what you do once you're signed up, let me sign in here. And you can sign up for free. Okay. And when you do, I gotta move this thing to my way. Hold on. Don't know what that is. Okay. As you see up here, we have courses. I gotta put my eyes back on, forums, way to contact them, and other services. These courses, guys, and this is all for free. Okay. You've got everything that you would need to know and learn right in here. All these courses, how to pay bills with your coupons, how to write that conditional acceptance you hear a lot about, how to mail your stuff for free, hidden secrets of money, the 1099A process taught by Chris. There's always more. Now they've got habeas corpus on here. So I need to go through that too. Marriage license versus Christianity. That might be good. That's a new one too. Yeah, newest. And this one, was an older conditional acceptance. I think they've updated it. So I'm going through it again because there's a few of those I'm going to do myself as well. But then they also have the forums that you hear from Chris every Tuesday night, Tuesday night on. And in here, this is great. Let me go ahead and click that. what this is, let's see what we do unanswered ones here. Is you can put questions in here, and eventually everyone gets an answer of some sort, it seems. But like this one, 1099A warning, don't use if you wish to keep accounts open. Also, our coupon process is missing a step. And that's what someone put in there. So I wonder what it is that's missing, or if that's factual. It's gotten 429 views, and that's a lot. I had asked a question, and now knowing Chris's attitude, I know why it hasn't been answered, but I wanted to know what would happen once NESARA zeroes out all the accounts in the Treasury. And yes, I spelled NESARA wrong. That should have been an N-E, not N-A. But I did get a response from an individual lady, and it was sent to my my Facebook message account. And she understands what's going on with NESARA, but like myself, that there will still be money in the Treasury, but it'll just be converted over to the new rainbow currency that'll all be backed by the gold, silver, oil, diamonds, whatever it happens to be. I think America will use gold for backing ours. And then there's ones here that are solved. Next step after dealership accepts the 1099A, but then becomes unresponsive. What to do? There's 3 answers here. How to properly fill out your IRS form, 8281, conditional acceptance, claim of lien, what to do there. Success with 10 coupon payments. I mean, there's lots of questions of here that are of real value to people. Something about someone had a problem with a foreclosure. They gave an answer, although that answer is probably because that's not a question. I bet you the answer is something like, well, what do you want to know about it? Right? So, I mean, and there's lots of, like I said, it's 5 and there's still more. There's lots of questions in here that might help you solve something that you're having an issue with as well. So, I mean, it's really great. And also, let me go back here a minute. It's been back a couple. Oh, yeah. There's a box here that has all kinds of success stories in it. How to pay your bills with a coupon. It's more detail. Help with free mailing, 1099A process, more on the conditional acceptance. So Legal iBus is awesome. And if you want to be on the Q&As with Chris on Tuesday nights, say you want to be on there, you want a month of them every Tuesday. If you donate at least $100, drop one of those zeros, $10 for a month, you can listen every Tuesday night to him. And then if you can't the next month, you don't have to, just don't pay him that month. Or if you want definite connection, you want to get involved with some of these other things that they're doing with phone calls at night and giving more detail to using coupons for payments on different things, or have an issue with the 1099, whatever. It's an open talk forum for everyone to figure out what to do in more detail. And it's not aired, it's private. So it is more personal and a whole lot better. So I just wanted to point that out to you. And again, you can join that by just going to https://legalibus.com. So I would definitely check that out, guys. This Legal iBus is worth its weight in gold. And with that, I yield to you all and come back. Hello. So, is everybody there? Hello.
Yes, I'm in here. I've been listening to you.
Okay, good. Yeah, you missed a bunch.
I know, but at least I got on.
Yeah. So, Q&A time on all that stuff. Anybody got any? Have any thoughts? Did everyone pay attention?
Yeah, I've been listening to.
Spent most of my time just trying to hear what they were saying.
That's right too.
Okay, well, the big thing in there too was, I had a here I want to tell you all about. Well, the licensing and all that, how, they're going to be doing those, but they have a lot of other stuff that they need to get out of the way first. But where you can take as bonds, all of your, even your social security card, your driver's license, any kind of professional license, like I have an insurance license, your birth certificate, your marriage, and I've been married 4 times. All these are literally worth their weight in gold. Because our monetary system is going to be backed by gold. New meaning to the cliche, backed by gold. Now it's true. So, and these coupon things, they're getting more and more into those. Apparently they are working very diligently on trying to get everything done through the Treasury. As you heard Chris say, as soon as he's done with his court thing, he's got 24 people to train right away for bankers spread, everywhere. And after that, he's going to be hiring people to work with him directly on setting up their own banks as well. I think his is about ready, but he has to get through his tax thing through the courts first. So the future's looking good. And like I said, if you have any questions on any topic that you feel you'd like to talk about, I'm more than willing to try to answer any questions you may have. And if you're...
Where are you at, Carol, with your 1099 in your vehicle? What's going on with that for you right now? Anything?
Nothing. It's just sitting. I haven't pushed that at the moment yet. No particular reason other than I had gotten so slammed with so many things. I've realized how far behind I am being so sick, and I'm having a terrible time trying to catch up with everything.
Yeah. I just wondered where you were at with it, if you had anything new on it.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't go in and sign the application thing first. I went in because I wanted to get a feel from them. So what I would need to do is go in and say, okay, let me fill out your application. And then boom, as soon as I do that, then they do become my trustees. I said, oh, good. Okay, now you're my trustee and you have a fiduciary obligation to do what's best for the trustee and do that whole 9 yards on them and see what happens. But like Chris was saying too, a lot of times it's that particular manager, those associates, the people who own the business, it's their principals, and because they don't understand it. Even though it is a legal documented way to be able to get, your cars, your trucks, your homes, etc., and so on. This is all brand new, and they think we're talking out of the sides of our mouth. They don't realize how legitimate it is. And should I get to the point where I can go down there and do that again, what I'm going to do, I said, I'll offer them this. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll show you exactly how to fill out those forms. You send them in. And when and if you get the money, call me. And just dump it. It's not going to hurt them to do that. Although underneath the undertow on that, though, later down the road, they accepted the 1099. They took it. So then, and I can verify whether it's been completed at the Treasury or not, because then what I can do is a conditional acceptance. You accepted my 1099 as my trustee. Where's my vehicle? produce my vehicle in 10 days, or you owe me however much I put that 1099 in for. See how fast they respond. Gotta be sneaky and, figure out, okay, how else can I handle this? Because it's still, like, even if that dealership were to give you a loan for the vehicle, that money is still coming out of your trust, like the lady was talking about with her Capital One amount. They got it from your treasury account. So they didn't loan you jack shit. They turn around immediately and sell it out to some bank. 9 times out of 10, they don't do it with their dealership, although they do have that capability too and do that for some folks. But still, it's not the dealer's money. They get it from your treasury account. That's your money that you're paying them. After first getting it out of your treasury account, now they're taking it from you directly, from your hard-earned money. So you do a W-4 on it, and you get the money back that way. It's a process. It takes time, but it works. And this thing that Chris is doing with our taxes, because this is all about taxes owed for him, that he claims he doesn't, because he doesn't. Because nowhere in any law that we have, including the Constitution, does not say that we have to pay taxes. Like he was saying, it's all written up as a gift, which doesn't mean you have to do it. And if he wins this case, this is precedent for everyone. So just in your prayers, just tell Heavenly Father, please let Chris win his case on April 3rd. Because, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a really long case, knowing Chris. I mean, this little bit here, the talks every night's hour and a half or so. Sometimes they've even gone 2.5 hours, just depending on how talkative he is. But he knows his stuff, and he won't let them flip anything over on him. He will be 10 steps ahead of them at all times. So I'm excited. So there's so much good things that are going to be coming out. This is going to things are gonna be so different. But one thing I do want to mention is that QFS was supposed to be actually going live. It was like yesterday, I think, that the systems were supposed to be changed over and then possibly a 3-day blackout. Of course, that didn't happen, but it seems everything does come to fruition eventually, but it never is on the exact timeline. Because I know there are so many things still going on as far as the child trafficking and the bioweapon places around the world. There's still some of them they have to get yet. So as soon as that's done, I think that's when we will see the complete conversion over to NESARA, nationally and globally. And we will at that time have that blackout. Now, the other thing that there's a fear of, because all this Russia BS, and I don't think they would ever do anything to the entire US, because Putin knows it's Biden and not the people. But just in case, I'm worried about my car and my electronics, here in the home. 2 things you can do, actually 3, but the first 2 is, in a threat of an EMP, be sure you turn your circuit breaker off in your home. Just that main circuit breaker, and turn it off till it's been done. The EMP has been initiated and all the lights or whatever do go out, they're out. then you can turn your power back on. Same thing with your car. Little gadget that you can get from any auto store. I don't know what the name of it is. I just went in asking them for the little gadget you can put on your battery that turns it into a power on or a power off switch. So again, threat of an EMP imminent, go and turn your car battery off. That'll save your car. So worst case scenario, even if you forget your home or something, you still got wheels to get around. No one else will be able to drive anywhere. You might not be able to get too far because there's going to be cars all over the road stalled because their cars died when an EMP hit. But you know, you can find the right road. At least you can get around, and then everyone will be asking you for rides. But anyway, so those two things to protect your home and your car is something you should think about. And the little thing that goes on your car is only $30. $30 to ensure you have a car? Hell yeah. So I just got to put mine on. It's been raining too much, but we're going to do that real soon. And what's the other thing? Oh yeah, your electronics and such. You can go on, I'm sure, eBay or Amazon. I've got to go research it because I saw them one time, and you can get like little bags that'll protect your phones that you can put your phone in that, you know, are dollars. They're not very expensive, but you can get a bunch of those. I think there's different sizes you can get. And I have to download it, but I just got it's a digital download book. And it just showed a picture, a little bit of a picture for only a second or two. So I really didn't get to look too far into it, but they had, it's to make your own little Faraday cage where you could actually put your laptop in and, you know, other different miscellaneous electronical things to protect them, because your computers and all and your hard drives, everything will get fried as well. So in order to save them, you could put them in, you get an aluminum garbage can of some kind, and then there was I think a plastic one and another one, and then that's where you had all these electronic things in. So something of that sort, but like I said, I've got to download it and look at it, and I'll get you guys the detail. But that might be something to have handy, you know.
You know, I didn't even think about that. You know, when they give you x-rays and things, like the lead cloth that they put over you, right. So that's all you'd have to put over your computer, and it'd be fine. I
don't know. But how much are those things?
I don't know. I don't think they're cheap, but all they are is lead. You just get something that's lead, and that would protect it. I know that.
Yeah, if lead, it's expensive though. We're talking things to do that are cheap.
All right. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like a aluminum bag. It's like, I don't know whether that would protect the computer against an EMP or not.
Well, it looked like they were using those silver aluminum garbage cans. And then a couple of other things, you know, garbage looking type items inside of that too. And then your electronic stuff. Like I said, I just got it. I haven't even downloaded it yet, but I'll take a look at it and, you know, let you guys know what I find.
Because I was just thinking, I'm going, you know, of course, I mean, in the event if in the event of a nuclear explosion, you know, nuclear or EMP or whatever, it's just like X-rays. It's like they can't get through lead. So I was just thinking, if you had like a lead suit.
Right. Yeah, get a lead suit. You're going to put your car in a lead suit in your whole house too?
No, the battery, you're right about the circuit breaker and putting the breaker on the battery. That'll work.
Yeah.
As long as it's off.
Right.
The problem with the phone and the computers, they're always on. They never shut off. They always have power in them. It's you want
to throw it in the garbage can if you have an imminent, you know, EMP coming.
EMP, yeah. Aluminum garbage can, okay.
Yeah, but then the construction inside of it, I'm not sure if it was just more stuff he had in there or it had something to do with the setup of it. I really don't know. I have no idea. The picture was so quick, but it was aluminum can and then something else in it, with stuff. So I'll get on that.
There's going to be a few problems too. The EMP will knock out the power company. So there won't be, you can turn your breaker back on and there won't be any power.
Well, I've got light bulbs that automatically come on without anything.
Yeah.
I mean, about that too, but if you have a generator for your home, you'd want to.
What about if you have solar panels?
No, they'd be dead. Die.
Because the batteries would be. It's like not the panels themselves.
Yeah. It's all the electronics and things that go off of them.
Yeah, you have to. Well, that would have to be. You'd have to rewire the solar panels, but the panels themselves wouldn't be damaged.
Right. But I mean, it's still going to cost you a fortune and a half because the whole house is going to get burnt out. You have to. So turning off your power will save your house from your wiring being all burned out.
But if the EMP hits, how would we know when to turn off our power?
I'm sure there would be whistles blowing and news stations yelling because they'll track that thing coming.
Yeah, the emergency broadcast system.
There you go. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. So you'll have a few minutes to go turn off your battery in your home and maybe throw a few things in the garbage can. As long as you got some sort of TV or radio or something going so that hey guys, there's a warning.
Even your cell phone will even tell you until it goes out.
Yeah. Have any of you been watching that? Just to say something off the cuff here, not business or worldwide stuff. Been watching the Murdoch trials? You have? Okay, well, Tommy, you know what I'm talking about then. It's amazing how they track this guy. I mean, your cell phone. They know exactly where he was because of his iPhone, when he was, how fast he was going, whether walking or driving in his car, how many footsteps he took at every place that he went. These phones, your iPhones, are tracking everything but your breathing, although I'm sure that somehow they'd be able to monitor that too. But I told Richard, hey, remind me if I ever do a crime, make sure I leave my phone at home.
Yep.
But that's how they got him. This guy's fried. There ain't no way he's getting out of this. They have literally step by step on him through the whole entire process. Before, after, everything. I mean, that guy is so screwed. When they were talking about his friend dying too, I mean, he was pushing back the tears, and then they started talking about his wife, and he was just, there weren't any tears there then. Just kind of these obnoxious looks at the prosecutor. That man is guilty of sin. You can tell by his body language.
What was he tried for?
For killing his wife and kid, and wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah.
So, just trying to give BS stories about everything, and he's getting caught in all of them. I like this prosecutor. He's like a Perry Mason. He wouldn't let anything get away from him. I need to hire him when I go after Desi. But anyway, maybe by then I'll have the money to do that too. It'd cost a lot, I'm sure. But anyway, guys, so that's what I have for tonight. I hope you got some good value and understanding and learned a little bit tonight. And as always, if you do need me for anything at any time with any of this, please let me know. And Ruth, there are some videos that you can watch on my Rumble station that I could get you to, so you know what we're talking about with your trusts. You are worth millions and millions of dollars. I mean, even more than that. You don't even realize. We all are, because our birth certificates and any of those certificates that we have, the dark side has been using us and taking them and using them as bonds and trading us all over the world ever since we've had them. And there were literally millions. In some cases, they may be worth billions to people. So all this information that we listen to Chris Hauser on is phenomenal. And once all of this does get settled and everyone is more in a safe mode and is starting to get their money back, we're going to explode LifeWave big time. Huge. Because we know how to do it, and it's all part of all of our humanitarian efforts. Because with med beds coming out eventually, there's going to be this long period where you can't get to a med bed for healing, and LifeWave's products are the next best thing because they heal you with light from your body to yourselves, which is the same concept as the med beds, only the med beds are full body and more power and more light, and they have vibration with them as well. It helps and cures everything. So LifeWave is a very, very important company to be a part of. We will be there for everyone in the interim, the years before they get to a med bed. I do believe that they will probably turn to like all the veterans, people extremely ill who need help now, and get them in there first, and then start, working backwards, old people, middle age, down to the younger ones. But it's going to be a process. I understand there's going to be lots and lots of med beds, but you're going to wait a long time for your specific appointment to go and use it, and they will be free. So in the meanwhile, like all of us from LifeWave who have been using the patches, especially me for 3 years, this is my 3rd year, my body's primed for it. And so those med beds are going to work phenomenally on me because there's not going to be quite as much to be repaired because my body's already in repair mode and starting to repair itself. So the more people we can get to and explain how valuable this is towards their ultimate recovery of everything that's wrong with them, the better off they'll be. Everybody understand? You're all unmuted, except Deborah.
Earlier you were talking about lemon. So do lemons eliminate cancer, or was it some other problem that they eliminate?
Oh, cancer is the ultimate, but yes, lemon is very cleansing for your body.
Okay.
Big time. Yes, but that volume of lemon, we were talking about cancer specifically because that's really bad. It's all in raising that pH level, just like a swimming pool. Think of your body as a swimming pool. We don't ever shock it to get rid of all the bad crap that's in it. No. You shock a pool to get its pH level up, and that water stays crystal clear. There's nothing in it that's bacteria.
Well, I've heard you should drink a glass of lemon water every day.
My great-grandmother used to have 2 tablespoons of lemon in about this much warm water every day. And as a little kid, and this is my great-grandmother, I loved going to her house. I used to sit on her lap, and I can remember this day I would always rub her cheeks. Her skin was so smooth. She was like a beautiful shape. She looked to be like 98, I think. And back then that was like practically unheard of. The woman was healthy as a horse, but she'd have that every morning. I need to go back to that. That's pure lemon juice.
You can't use lemon juice though, right?
I wouldn't. I would use pure lemon because you don't know what's being put in those. They're being manufactured somewhere and all that. I don't trust any of that anymore. I used to use the lemon juice in the bottle, but I won't anymore. No, it's pure lemons or forget it. So thank goodness lemons are still cheap. I'm a Jean. How have you been? Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I just found out yesterday my best girlfriend in Florida, that our kids went to school together. Her, she has lung cancer, and that was disappointing and everything.
Okay, you know what you need to do, don't you?
What?
You need to get a hold of her and say, you aren't going to die. You're going to get her on that X39 to heal her cells. And you're going to make damn sure she has gobs of lemon every day.
Okay, I'll give it a try. Some people just don't listen. She don't want treatment either. So she don't want.
Well, this is not any kind of artificial treatment. This is
well, I know that. I'll talk to her, but I don't know if I get through, but I'll try.
You know, these are proven things that work.
I know, but she don't always listen to me.
Yeah, well, I know my brother was that way. My father survived deadly cancer, and eating right and doing all the right things, like we talk about at times. And he lived till he was 83, and he never even did get the cancer back. And John Hopkins would send him letters, you know, every now and then asking him why he's still alive. So your intake, what you put in your body to clean it, is very important. She don't want to put that crap in her body.
Well, she's supposed to be. She's living in Illinois right now because her mother and father-in-law passed away, so they're living in the house there. And she's supposed to come see her sister, which is in Mississippi, which is the state to the left of me.
Yeah.
And so I'll go visit her. So that's why I called her and see if she's over there yet. And she said she wasn't feeling good. And that's when she told me. So she was going to come right down here so I could see her.
Okay. So, all right. Well, that would be a good thing too. You want to get me
on?
All
I can do is try, because she's pretty stubborn and her beliefs ain't nothing compared to us.
Belief in what?
The Heavenly Father and all that.
This is Heavenly Father. These are real lemons. These are real things. Even the
I know it is
light that God gives us.
Yes, I know that, but she's.
I'll tell you what, if you can somehow get her on a Zoom with you and me, I'll talk to her.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Okay, I would.
All right.
Okay, I promise.
Okay, other than that, I guess I've been doing fine.
Okay, all right. Did you enjoy what was it you went to? Oh yeah, that concert. Shoot, who was it you went to see?
Pink Floyd.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Just watched one of them.
I'm not going until next Wednesday. So it's this Wednesday coming up.
Oh, okay. All right. I was thinking
it's next Wednesday from today.
Okay. All right.
And you know I'm not going to be on here because I'll be at the concert.
Okay. Well, watch the replay because it's going to be really cool with all the different things that you can do for cleaning without using all the damn chemicals.
Well, that'll be good because I'm working on it since I live in a small camper. It's very important to me.
Yeah. And then health-wise, for all your health needs, there are so many things you can do using natural things that you can have at your home or grow in your yard, or, well, I don't know. Catherine has a crap load of that she's going to lay on us. So I'm glad I'll record it because I'm sure, I know I will. Y'all want to go back and say, wait a minute, what'd she say about, what do I use for this or that? You know, we'll have the recording.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Well, then I guess I'm going to wind her up if you don't have any other questions or anything you need to talk about. So hang in there. I love y'all.
Okay, love you.
And one of these weeks, you all who are just watching replays, we all need to be together. One shot. You know, not just 5 or 6 of us at a time. Although like I said earlier, it's on my profile page and it's in our Unstoppable Success site. That poster about the 8th and the 15th for, you know, these natural cleaners and health products is there. Please feel free to share them with people you know in your groups or friends or whatever, because it is open to everyone. Because it's just that time we all need to pull, and help each other the best that we can. There she is. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. And Deborah, I'll try to find you some sizes and work on getting that together. If you hadn't heard from me.
Yeah, just let me know.
Okay, if you haven't heard from me in a few days, I forgot.
I'm sorry, what?
If you don't hear from me in a few days about it, it means I forgot. Remind me.
Okay.
Short-term memory.
Okay.
Gets screwed up. Even if I write it down, I'll forget to even look at the notes.
Right. Put it in my calendar, and then I forget to look at my calendar, right?
Yeah, I know, right? So what works? Yeah. I do have Valerie. She reminds me of a lot of stuff. But, all right. And Imogene, I know you fell off. Those meetings that we're having for the natural cleaners and health stuff. There's a post in our Unstoppable Success group page. And I think it's in our chat too. I'm not sure, but there is one on my page. Also, please feel free to share that, friends and groups that you're in contact with, because it is for everybody. Okay. Something we're trying to pull together that I want to share with other people. Catherine's a good friend of mine. I told her she had to do this, so she's going to do it. Okie dokie. So again, I guess I'll say God bless, unless anyone needs to stick around for anything. Have a safe week. May God bless you through your efforts through the week and protect you and keep you all safe and those around you and your families and friends. Out and over and out. I'm also back, passwords.
Well, good night. God bless, and stay healthy.
Yes, you too. And I'm glad you are. Like I said, I've been really worried about you. So
I'm good. I'm
so glad to see you when you popped up there. Deborah.
Like I said, the only reason I didn't come last week because I didn't have no power.
I understand. Yes, I'm glad it's back. Just imagine being that way for a few weeks.
I myself, I was sitting there, at night, and I thought, boy, the pioneers didn't have shit to do at night once the goddamn sun went down, did they?
No, that's why they sat around and put a candle out and read the Bible or played the violin.
That's true. Or they went to, probably went to bed because they all got up at 4 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I worked the next day, but
so their evenings were short anyway.
So yeah.
I can see us living that way. I'd love it. I want my
Not me. Not me.
I hear you.
I gotta have my cricket machine and my computer.
That's right. We all
take care. I'm gonna go.
We may have to all be buying new computers. This damn EMP, if it hits,
Yeah.
We should eventually have the money to do that, so it's not a total disaster. It'd just be weird for a couple of months.
Well, luckily I have Nelson. He built me a new computer. The fellow that gave us all Camtasia stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he built me a new computer for $300.
Wow, cool. Yeah, it seems like I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. It's still working?
It's great.
Wow. How long have you had it? It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was last summer that he built it for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
But I do remember you telling me that. Awesome.
Yeah.
And does he update it for you, or do you
whenever I need something, I'll tell I got it, Nelson. I need this. Nelson, I need that. He gives it to me. And sometimes he'll charge me $5 for something, but a lot of times he just gives me stuff for free.
Wow, that's a friend.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, sounds like it. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need a friend like that for computer stuff.
He even gave me he has the paid subscription to Norton virus protection. He gave me Norton, and he says you don't have to pay anything for it. I'll just add you to my family plan. So I didn't even have to pay for it.
Oh, awesome. Very good. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, don't lose him as a friend.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay, talk to you guys next week.
Okay, I love you all.
Love you.
Okay.
Love you too. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.